People don't go on a cruise thinking I'm gonna have Botox or I'm gonna have fillers. Hey sailors, welcome back to Cruising as Crew. Today I am here with the lovely Paola, who is a Medi-Spa doctor on board for Steiner. So hello Paola.
Hi Lucy, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Amazing. Right, let's get into the questions. What is your job title on board?
My job title on board is Medi-Spa physician for Medi-Spa at sea.
And what is Medi-Spa?
Medi-Spa is a clinic that a medical doctor has to perform medical treatments on patients or customers on board, which include injectable treatments and also non-injectable treatments for aesthetic medicine, basically.
Do you know what qualifications Steiner require you to have?
For the Medi-Spa physician, they require the person to be a doctor. They have to have finished medical school or college. They need to have the medical certificate on their own countries, and they need to speak fluent English.
So what was the interview process like?
I sent the resume to my friend and she sent it to the recruit manager of Medi-Spa at sea. She contacted me right away. They set up the first interview. They wanted to see, my studies. They needed some documents and paperwork. I had to send them to make sure that I'm a doctor, to know if I have any experience. They have doctors that they didn't have any experience in the past, and that's okay. They needed to know my availability, or just to know if I knew what I was going to get into in that first interview. Then I had the second one. That one I had with the director of operations of Medi-Spa at sea. The first one I had with the recruit manager, the second one with the director of operations, and then I passed that one too. And the third one I had it with the Dr. Brad Herman. He is the president of Medi-Spa at sea. He wanted to get to know me. They asked me a lot of questions, and it was basically getting to discover each other and to know how the experience can be.
A normal Steiner therapist like I was, we have to go to the Steiner Academy in London for a period of time to do training. Do you have to do anything like that before you get on board?
We do, actually.
Okay.
It is expected that we get a sales and revenue training in Miami, in Florida. That's for the Medi-Spa at sea part of Steiner. And a part of that sales and revenue training that lasts 3 days, then we have 1 day training with Dr. Brad. He's a person who trains the Medi-Spa physicians how to do the protocols that the company has. So you have to respect these protocols, even if you learn from another book or from another college or another aesthetic medicine clinic. You need to be faithful to this protocol and not go outside of that. So even if we don't technically put hands on the patients in that Miami training, because in United States of America, it is not allowed that any person who doesn't have a license there in US, they cannot touch any patient. So we're just watching and seeing the doctor perform the treatments on the patient. But lucky for me, in my group of the 5 trainees, we were there, I was 2 of the 5 that actually had formation in aesthetic medicine courses. I had a master's degree in that, and for certain, I already had experience performing treatments on patients, but some of the other didn't. And then the first time that they were gonna do a treatment on a patient was when they stepped on the ship.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary for them, I'm sure, but because it's not very long, the training, but with the time then they get the expertise.
Okay, so obviously if you can get experience before you go on board, that is advised.
Yes, that makes it so much better.
And of course, because you're the only one on board a cruise ship, so if something goes wrong, you don't have anyone else to consult with. Like, it's just you and you have to fix it. And
exactly. It's only one position. I am the only one who can fix any situation. I don't have anybody to talk and say, can you help me? Can you make it better for me? I can't. So I have to be really focused on the job to make it the best.
How long did you say that you had to wait for a ship after a successful interview?
After the successful interview, I had to wait around a month.
Yeah.
That it's including, the visas, the paperwork we have to do, the no crime police paper to know that you are clean, that there's no situation happening in your country with you. It goes pretty quick. But I think also matters a lot how many doctors are interested in doing this, in applying for Medi-Spa, because they gather a group of doctors to do the training in Miami. And when they have, let's say, 5, 6, 7, then they will say, okay, buy your flight to Miami, you can come to get the training. At the end of the course, they tell you which ship you got. So I would say like a month and a half maximum. In my experience was a month.
Do you get your uniform and like your working tools provided for you, or do you have to take anything on board yourself?
We do not get a uniform. We don't get the lab coat. You have to bring it with yourself. And all of the materials that we use to perform the treatment on the patient, we get provided with, like syringes, gloves, cotton pads, everything like that. But you must bring, as a Medi-Spa doctor, your camera. You're expected to bring a digital camera where you can take the before and after pictures for the patients, and also a digital photo frame.
Oh yeah, that's what you had on Embarkation Day, isn't it? Kind of like
Yes.
running through all the things you did. Okay.
Exactly. So in the digital photo frame, we can put before and after pictures, of course, with the authorization of the patient, and we put like a loop in the photo frame, and the camera, of course. But then all of the other things, all of the materials, the treatments we do, we get provided by the company.
So what is a normal Embarkation Day like for a Medi-Spa doctor?
We have to be like really in it to win it.
Okay.
Like you really have to be focused to get the goals that you set yourself on that day in the morning, and give the best that you have, the best possible attitude, the best way that you can look from head to toes. Be really confident. It's very important that you show them how charming you are, but always being really true to what you feel.
Because Embarkation Day is when you're going to hopefully get treatments booked in. So I think you start at 12 or 12:45 or something, and then the spa does spa tours. So all the new passengers that come on board would come and have a look around the spa, and they would be introduced to Paola by the therapist who's showing them around, and then Paola would get the opportunity to tell them about all the treatments she offers, in hopes that they would book in for treatments, or maybe they just want to book in for a consultation, or maybe they just have questions. But it's basically just to let the guests know that I'm here and you can have these treatments done.
Exactly. I get to show them what I can do for them, what treatments I have available on board. Sometimes they book consultations because they want to know a little bit deeper in a private way what I can do for them. And that day is the day that, will make it or break it for the whole cruise. So it's the day that I have to really be out there showing my face to everyone with the best attitude, especially on the raffle, that beautiful raffle.
Oh, yeah.
You were always the host.
I was.
And it's a really, really nice experience on the first day of the cruise.
Okay, amazing. And then what's the sea day like?
Sea days are tough days. It's a long day. That we start the day at 7:30 in the morning with the spa meeting. The managers always try to give us the best enthusiasm and positivity for the day, so we start on the best food. If you're really busy, if my column is booked with patients back to back, it goes so fast.
But the sea day is the day that you would be in the ladies' pamper party where you would speak about your treatments, and also it's the day that you would give a seminar on what you do. What was your seminar called?
I have 2 seminars throughout the day. One in the mid-morning.
Yeah.
Then we have the pamper party early afternoon, and then later I have the other seminar. I have seminar named How to Look 10 Years Younger, The Truth About Dermal Fillers, also New Year, New Me, There's different ones of them, but basically I talk about these anti-aging solutions and all of these treatments that we have on board that are medical treatments that they can see results instantly, just in 10 minutes.
Okay, and it's all to entice people to book in for the treatments.
Yes, the names are really catchy, as you can hear. And they say, ooh, I want to look younger in 10 minutes, so what can I do for that?
Yeah. But so I think when you are going to work for Steiner, whatever position you are going to be with Steiner, it's really important that you are able to do public speaking, because like Paola, she is a doctor, but a big part of her job is speaking to like a large audience to try and get people in for treatments. And the same with me, I did Thermage and I had to do seminars on that treatment. So people don't go on a cruise thinking I'm gonna have Botox or I'm gonna have fillers. So especially for like Medi-Spa and acupuncture, I think it is really important that you're able to give a good seminar to educate people on those treatments.
Exactly. Education is number one. It's like you say, people not often come in a cruise ship thinking that they will get injected in their faces to get prettier or to look younger. Yeah. So it's my job to let them know what I have, how it can help, and why I am the appropriate person that can do this for you on board.
Amazing. And then Paola, can you tell me about a port day for a Medi-Spa doctor?
When it comes to job and schedule, Medi-Spa doctors are expected to work 52 hours per week in a period between Friday and Friday. Okay. That's how it's counted. And pretty much you can make your own schedule as a Medi-Spa doctor, always respecting those hours and having in mind that the C days are the days that you're going to work longer. Of course, if we have port days that are early sailings and we are, let's say, starting to sail at 3 p.m., you're expected to be there at 2:30. Half an hour before, preparing your day. You're having seminars also on the port days when the guests are on board. So it all depends. We play with that depending on the port days. Yeah. But the port days, sometimes it can look like it's going to be boring and we're not going to have any work to do, and it turns out to be the opposite. Those are the days that the people are more relaxed and they say, okay, I'm ready to do a treatment, so I want to do it today. So I've had really good luck with that.
Normally, the Steiner therapists, the spa manager will plan your schedule, but as Paola said, I think it's Medi-Spa and is it acupuncture as well?
Acupuncture as well.
Yeah, yes. They can basically make their own schedule with those hours. We know that if you work for Steiner, you are expected to sell products, and you said yourself you had to do some sales training. So what do you sell as a Medi-Spa doctor?
It's not expected. It's not expected from us. However, if one of my teammates, a staff girl, let's say a facialist on board, is struggling and they ask me, doctor, I want your help. Can you do this? Can you help me close this sale? Then I would do that, but I will do it on the name of the other staff member because I don't get any profit from it. Only after you have, as a Medi-Spa, only after you make a certain amount of sales, then you get paid for that. But it's not the same for the girls. They are expected to do it.
Can you please go through the treatments that you offer on board?
Yes. Medi-Spa doctors, we do injectable treatments and also non-injectable treatments, which are more technology. So for the injectable treatments on board, we have Botox and Dysport, which are muscular relaxants to take away wrinkles on the upper part of the face. And then we use dermal fillers, but specifically we use the brand Restylane to plump out and add volume on the lips, on the cheeks, even, on the smile lines, nasolabial folds and different areas. So you can see that I don't have any wrinkles, right?
You don't have any wrinkles, no.
Thank you. And we do these treatments, and with these treatments, the patients can see the results either right away or in a couple of days, 2 to 3 days. And Steiner just included Thermage, which is a treatment that includes machinery. And with that, we use radio frequency to restore collagen on the skin. And also we have Cool Sculpting, which is fat reducing area from different areas of the body as well.
And what would you say is the most popular?
I would say Botox and Dysport.
Yeah.
are the most popular ones because they've been known since the 80s, so people is more familiar with these treatments.
Have you ever had anyone have a bad reaction? And if someone does have a bad reaction, what do you do?
That's a great question. Actually, before we perform any treatment, we're supposed to do, we must do the medical history.
Okay.
And in the medical history, we will know if the person is a candidate or not for the treatments. What it is expected always and always is bruising because it's injection, and also swelling in the case of dermal fillers. So I would say 95 out of 100 will experience swelling when it comes to dermal fillers. And this is why right after the treatment is done, and even before the treatment is done, we make them conscious that this is what you're going to expect. This is what I need you to do. So we give them a follow-up paper that says what are the aftercare instructions.
Yeah.
But I haven't had like bad reactions. Or allergic reactions or anything like that. But if something like that happens, the first thing we have to do is keep calm, keep yourself confident, and let them know that you can sort this out. And if something happens, then we are expected to contact our head office company, the main doctor, to inform them about the situation. And in case they have an opinion different from what we have, then they can guide us.
Okay.
But for certain, we can control any situation that happens on board can be controlled on board.
So are you considered officer status? And with that, what are the perks? So do you get your own cabin? Can you eat in the officer's mess? Things like that.
Yes, I'm considered an officer. I have 2.5 stripes. Not that it means so much outside of here, you know.
No,
on board, yes. 2.5 stripes, which means that I'm entitled to have a single cabin, and you have access to the staff and officers mess as well. Also, with this being an officer, I have the privilege to invite family or friends to cruise with me for a very, very small amount of money in my cabin or in a passenger's cabin. So it's a great privilege, to be honest.
Paola, do you mind me asking what the salary is?
Yes, the salary, it depends on how many treatments we have performed every cruise, as we get paid per cruise.
Okay.
So depending if it's a 7-day cruise, you will get paid 7 days after. If it's a 15 days cruise, you will get paid 2 weeks after, and so on and so on. So it's a percentage of the sales that we make. For example, we get to be paid by Steiner 6% of every treatment that we do. Added on the prices of the treatments, we have that automatic gratuity, which is the tip. And there is where the money is. The automatic gratuity is what makes us actually have more money in our accounts. And it can be something in between $3,000 if you have a cruise to $5,000 to even $8,000. Or I have many colleagues that have been in really good seasons, or they have been in really good itineraries, and they have even got a pay of $20,000 per month. So which means $5,000 a week. Wow,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I think it all depends on your capabilities as a salesperson.
Yeah.
The itinerary you have, meaning, you know, the ethnic group or the mentality of the patients that are gonna come on board.
You've had a lot of experience. So what would you say is your perfect target audience?
My perfect target audience would be between 27 years old to 55, 60 years old.
And is there any specific nationality that are more open to having these treatments done?
I would say that Australians, New Zealand, also Americans, they love these treatments. Yes, I think that those are more open mentally about it.
Yeah, the other people need a bit more convincing. Do you get paid on vacation as well as when you are working on board, or do you just get paid when you're on board?
I only get paid while I am on board.
Okay, brilliant.
We do contracts of 7 months, And then we are paid only for those 7 months. When you're on vacation, you don't get paid.
How long do you normally have on vacation in between contracts?
What the contract says is that we are supposed to have 1 week off per month worked. So if we did 7 months contract, we will get 7 weeks off.
Okay.
And it would all depend on the business needs. Sometimes you're supposed to have 7 weeks vacation and they say, hey, I got this opportunity, do you want it or not? And then you have 3 weeks at home, so then you will take it or not. So it all depends on that.
You said that you can create your own working schedule. So how often would you say that you get off the ship and actually explore the ports?
Every port day, we have the opportunity to explore ports. Even if it's few hours, we can make that happen.
What are the top 3 skills that you need to be a good Medi-Spa doctor on board a cruise ship?
I would say you have to be knowledgeable, you have to be confident, and you have to be ethical. You know, you have to have your ethics and be sure to do this for the patient, not for you, not because you want to get the money, but because you want to really, like, sincerely help them.
What is your favorite and least favorite thing about being a Medi-Spa doctor on board?
My favorite thing of being a Medi-Spa doctor on board is the facility we have to experience all of these different nationalities and work on different people from around the world.
Yeah.
To be able to help people feel better about themselves is what gives me most satisfaction, really. And I would say the last favorite thing I have is the pressure we get of, you know, you need to get into target. This is how much you have to do this cruise. And if you don't do it, then you feel a little bit, I would say, sad. You feel sad, or sometimes you feel, oh my God, why am I not making it? And you start doubting yourself and you start doubting your skills and your capabilities. But that doesn't mean that you cannot do it. It's just, unfortunately, you had a tough week. A lot of people cannot be convinced maybe this week, but the pressure definitely is what I like the least.
The spa at the beginning of the cruise will get a target of, let's say, 100,000, and then that number is going to be divided between all the therapists in the spa. So a massage therapist might have a target of 1,000. Whereas a Medi-Spa doctor, your target is going to be a lot higher because the price of the treatments are a lot higher. So, like, the Medi-Spa doctor hitting target can sometimes be the difference between the spa hitting target overall. So there definitely is a lot of pressure on your shoulders when it comes to hitting target, as you said.
Yes, yes, a lot of pressure.
Okay, and then what is your favourite and least favourite thing about living on a cruise ship?
My favorite thing of living on the cruise ship is the fact that we can travel. And every day you will wake up in a different city. Also, to make new friends from all over the world. So today I can say that if I want to go to England, I know where I can stay.
Exactly.
You know, and my least favorite thing about living on board is how homesick we can get at times.
Yeah.
You know, you miss family, you miss your friends, and that can get into you if you don't know how to be, you know, mentally and emotionally strong to control that. Yeah. So that's my least favorite thing.
What advice would you give to someone who is watching this, who wants to be a Medi-Spa doctor on a cruise ship?
I would say go for it. It's a great opportunity to grow professionally and also personally. The fact that you're going to be in an international working environment, being surrounded by over 62 different nationalities, gives you an idea, you know, how not to be so mentally narrow, be out there, be open. You're going to see a lot of things that you didn't expect to see. And I think the experience, financially speaking, also is really interesting. I don't think that on land we can make the amount of money that we can make on board the cruise ships. Yeah. So that's going to be a really great opportunity to save, and I would say definitely I would recommend it.
Well, thank you so much for answering all my questions.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, sailors, for watching, and thank you, Paola, for doing this. It's been amazing. If you have enjoyed this video, please press the like button and the subscribe button. If you have any video suggestions or questions, you can DM me over on Instagram at cruisingascrew, or you can go to my website cruisingascrew.com and send me an email. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!